What's up guys, welcome back to another video on Pure Panorama. Don't forget to drop a follow on my Instagram at purepanorama19 and check out those links in the video description to tools, parts, Amsoil. It's all there to give you guys good stuff for your trucks at no extra cost to you, and they also help the channel keep bringing you content. We are not talking about any trucks in this video. This video is actually going to be a tool review because our good friends over at Evolution Power Tools have sent us out a couple of saws, and I think that I showed you guys these saws a little while back, and we finally are getting around to being able to get this review up on one of them, and the other review will be coming soon. The two items that Evolution Power Tools sent to me to do reviews on are a circular saw and a demo saw. And we are going to be talking about the demo saw in today's video. Sure, I probably could have found a few bricks laying around the house that I could have used this saw on and just showed you guys how it worked, but I wanted to get it in the work atmosphere and show you more or less how it got us through the job, if it was efficient, and just how it held up to the task that it had to perform. So what we ended up having to do at work was we had a few blocks that we had to pull out of a foundation wall, and we obviously used the demo saw to make the bulk of the cuts, and then we just had our little grinder with a diamond wheel on it that we used to clean up the surface of the bricks so that we were able to put the new blocks in place. We had both demo saws there. We had the steel gas saw and we had the Evolution saw, which is electric. This is the packaging that the Evolution disc cutter comes in, and it shows you over here a few pictures on the sides of just different materials that you can cut, which basically is going to be stone, brick, pavers, concrete. It will cut through reinforced concrete with rebar. You could cut up like some scrap metal, small stuff like tin and things like that. I've used demo saws plenty of times to cut things like that down to fit into the truck a little bit easier. There's plenty of different things out there that you can cut using this saw, but what I just listed off are going to be your main things that you'd use it for. One really nice thing about this electric demo saw is that it has a 15 amp 2400 watt high torque heavy duty electric motor that powers it up, and because of that you obviously aren't going to have a ton of nasty fumes coming from the saw like you would with our steel demo saw that we typically would use before we got this one in. It makes it really convenient to be able to use this in a smaller room or just indoors in a confined area somewhere and not smoke out your customer or have to breathe in those toxins from the fumes of the saw. And it also cuts out some of the maintenance that you usually would have to perform if you have one of those gas powered saws. Another huge thing about this saw that is absolutely fantastic and very well thought out and designed is this handle right here. It wraps around from the bottom of the saw, goes all the way up around the top of it and down the other side, and that is perfect for if you're left-handed or right-handed. You're able to get the proper grip on this saw before you start to perform your cuts. The overall ergonomics of the Evolution Power Tools demo saw are far better than those of the steel gas-powered saw. Like I previously stated, this saw weighs around 21 pounds, and I will say that it is very close in weight to that steel gas-powered saw that we have also. There is a slight difference in them, but honestly, if you pick them both up, one in each hand, you're not really going to notice that much of a difference, which is surprising because if you look at the overall body and footprint of this thing, it is far smaller than the steel saw. Even though the steel saw is bigger, it's a belt-driven saw, whereas this one is smaller, but it does have a heavy-duty electric motor attached to it. That's all fine and dandy because the smaller form factor of it does allow you to be able to use it in different ways or in tighter areas than the steel saw because it's not quite as bulky. One other area where this Evolution saw beats out the steel gas-powered saw is right there in the blade guard. The blade guard on the steel saw is permanently fixed in one position, and it makes it a little harder to use that saw for different types of cuts. Whereas the blade guard on the Evolution saw can be moved into different positions, allowing you to make plunge cuts, straight cuts, or any other type of cut that you might need to make. And since the Evolution saw is powered by an electric motor and not equipped with a GFI, it does not have a hookup for a hose, so you can't make wet cuts. Therefore, you are going to be producing some dust, but they have thought about that, and they did attach a port down there for you to be able to attach a dust bag onto it and hopefully be able to trap that dust and cut down on the mess that you make on your job site or in your customer's house. Although it would be pretty awesome if they were able to redesign this later on down the road and make it so that you could attach a hose to it and make wet cuts, but still leave that attachment for the dust bag on the blade guard. So I want to show you guys the ergonomics of this saw really quick, and how it doesn't matter if you're a lefty or righty, you will be able to get a grip on this thing and be able to make those cuts that you need to make. And this just feels natural no matter what hand or what style grip you're holding it with. If you were just gonna make a basic straight cut, or you needed to cut a brick or a block in half, a paver in half, or just needed to trim the end off of one to make it a little smaller, you would want your blade guard positioned something like this. You can obviously rest the saw down on the ground so that it rests right on the base of the handles here, and you can slowly walk it and ease it right in to make your cut so that you have nice full control over it. Or if you're working up on a wall like we were and you need to make a cut down the wall, you can flip it up like this and grab the side of the handle here, which this handle does dampen the vibrations also. And you could just take the saw and slowly walk it down the wall and make your cut while bracing it against your hip, your body, whatever. You can get an underhand grip on it and use your arm to stabilize it. And like I said, it works just the same in both hands. Now, we found ourselves having to make a few plunge cuts into that wall today, so what you would do is just use this knob here on the back, go ahead, crack it loose, and then just adjust your blade guard all the way back like this. Tighten it back down, and then you can just go ahead, flip this thing, and you're able to just push it straight into the wall. And again, you can get that underhand grip and brace this thing right against your arm and your hip and just really maintain full control. So this fully padded vibration dampening handle, this fully adjustable blade guard right here, make this saw so much more versatile than our steel gas-powered demo saw. And you've also got the trigger safety right here that you have to press in order to pull the trigger to fire this big dog up. And then of course the arbor lock is right here so that you can put a wrench on the blade, loosen it, and change it out. This saw is included with 2 different sets of blade flanges too, and they will accommodate different size arbor holes. I think the arbor holes that they accommodate are 22mm and 20mm. And they also obviously send you out a wrench so that you are able to change your blade out. This thing does use a 12-inch disc blade that is included in the box when you get it, and it does produce a 4-inch depth of a cut. I of course will leave links down in the video description to where you can find this saw and go to Evolution Power Tools website and check this thing out, or any of their other lineup that they have. I know that they are currently revamping some of their lineup, and they are going to be coming out with some new models with some of their stuff, and I'm honestly quite excited to see what types of changes they make to their other stuff, and maybe down the road we'll be able to share some of that stuff with you guys too. But definitely use those links down below to check out this saw or their other stuff on their website and see what they have. Maybe you'll be able to squeeze some of these tools into your arsenal to help you get stuff done at your job or just around the house, because I'll tell you what, these tools are very well designed, they're very well made, and more importantly, they're very affordable. So thanks again to Evolution Power Tools for sending these saws out for me to be able to share with you guys. And if you're blue collar built and you use tools on a daily basis and you think you can incorporate this stuff into your job or around the house, then definitely use those links in the video description to check out this saw or their website to see what else they have. Make yourself a purchase, and I promise you, you won't regret it. That's gonna wrap up this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing something different, a tool review on the 12-inch demo saw by Evolution Power Tools. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new. Turn on those post notifications by ringing on the bell. Hit that like button on your way out. Check out those links in the video description. Tools, parts, Amsoil, Evolution Power Tools, and I will hopefully see you guys soon with another new video. Keep it blue collar built, boys. Peace.